It was reported on the 15th of May that Geely Automobiles' profit more than tripled on record sales. Their EV sales have grown by a staggering 170% over the past 5 months. And as a result, they are clearly growing much faster than rivals from Japan or from Germany or from the United States, or pretty much nearly anyone except for smaller companies like XPeng Elite Motor. And one of the key reasons is this. Geely have just revealed one of many vehicles, but this is an interesting one. They're aiming this as a Toyota Camry rival, and it is a Camry rival, but it's better than a Toyota Camry, a lot better. But it has 1,300 miles of range, right? 1,300 miles of range, and it's half the price of a Toyota Camry. Half the price. Then you think to yourself, well, it must be not as good. There must be some sort of major compromises, but there really isn't. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. If you'd like to come and see some EVs, I'll be at the Melbourne EV Auto Show on the 27th, 28th, and 29th. And you can get a 25% discount on your tickets in the description. Guys, I'd love to have you as a member of the channel. And that's how I can keep the lights on and keep the channel going, by having members support the channel. I'll put a link in the description. You do get access to videos that are not on the main channel. Hey guys, I've got an EcoFlow Delta 2 right here, and the Delta Pro, which is about 4 times bigger than this. I've used them over the past 2 months many times. I didn't think I would, but I've needed them. There's been electrical problems in the house. There's been massive storms here in Australia. They've been absolutely, for me, game-changing, life-saving. Up to 45% off sale. I'll put a link in the description, and I think that's on for the next 3 weeks. So click on that link. You can take advantage and get one of these batteries for a really good price. The mid-size sedan, popularity has been declining. But the truth is that they're still sold, particularly a lot in China. And as a result, Geely have just revealed this new vehicle. This is the Geely Galaxy A7, and it's pretty damn impressive. Some of the highlights are, a combined range of 2,100 kilometers. That's 1,300 miles. I'm not a huge fan of hybrids, but if I was considering getting one, this is probably a pretty good option, right? 2,100 kilometers. So you might say to yourself, well, that's CLTC range in China. So that's going to be about 1,700 kilometers WLTP. Still looking at more than 1,000 miles. And its fuel use is ridiculous, right? 117 miles per gallon. 117 miles per gallon. It uses 2 liters per 100 kilometers. This will be offered exclusively as a plug-in hybrid. There won't be an EV version of this, but Geely they have had one of the best-selling EVs in the world this year. And in fact, they have 3 of the 10 best-selling EVs in the world, Geely, fully electric cars. But they're also taking plug-in hybrids pretty seriously as well. They've actually just revealed their Starship 7, and I haven't done a video on that, but that's kind of a premium version of this vehicle. It has 882 miles of range, but starts at $13,700 US. So here's what we know about this vehicle so far. It's a similar size to a Toyota Camry, actually a tiny bit bigger, and it has a 1.5 litre gasoline engine, which is paired with an electric motor. In its most efficient form, it can do 130 kilometers or 81 miles of range on electric driving only. And it's not many people that do more driving than that per day. So in theory, you could probably drive this as an EV only, 98% of the time, depending on the type of driving you do. But most people could drive this as an EV only pretty much every day. But if you want to drive it and to empty the tank, then you can get well over 1,000 miles of range. The size of it is actually pretty big. It's nearly 5 meters long. It's nearly as big as a Tesla Model S. It's 4,918 millimeters, which is 193.6 inches. It's got a pretty big wheelbase as well, 2,845 millimeters, which is 112 inches. And that means that is actually quite a bit bigger than a Tesla Model 3. In fact, its wheelbase is a few inches bigger. So it should have a fair bit of space inside. As for the inside, you got to say, I think the interior looks pretty good. It's minimalist, but not too minimalist. Obviously, you've got a screen right in front of the driver, plus there's that large digital screen in the middle of the car. And it doesn't have a whole lot of buttons, but it does have a few buttons. So it's not completely devoid of buttons. I actually think the interior looks quite premium, looks kind of luxurious. And considering the price of this car, I don't know how Geely are doing this. They're clearly making money, right? They're clearly making it, what did I just say? They've tripled their profit. And they're selling cars like this at, prices in this range that are just absolutely unbelievable. Inside, you can see there's a digital cockpit with a large freestanding infotainment display. It looks like about 15.5 inches. Geely has added some physical buttons and a rotary dial, so you don't have to just rely on the touchscreen. It's got a light colored upholstery. It looks very light and kind of airy on the inside, and certainly doesn't look like a budget car in any way, shape, or form, but it's priced at a budget price. It starts at $13,900 US. So that means it's about half the price of a Toyota Camry. But I mean, obviously the Toyota Camry in places like Australia, if you want to get a hybrid version, it's more than double this price. It's probably about triple this price, which is crazy. In the United States, the Toyota Camry hybrid starts at $29,000 US. So more than double the price of this car. Not much more, but it's a little more than double. Really, honestly, if Geely were to sell these in the United States or in Australia for $14,000 US, and that's the base model, but still $14,000 US, would anyone really want to buy a Toyota Camry? I mean, I'm sure there'd be some Toyota diehards that wouldn't care. They just keep buying a Toyota, but this is not an unknown brand. This is Geely. I mean, this is Volvo, Lotus, Zeekr, Lincoln Co. This is one of the biggest companies in the world. So I think if you're a rival to Geely, well, you should be pretty damn concerned that your lunch is going to be eaten. And really, if we have a look at the numbers, it's clear that it's not just companies like Toyota that should be concerned. It's also BYD. I mean, Geely is growing its EV sales much faster than BYD is. And its plug-in hybrids, as you can see, are also incredibly good. Now, personally, what I'm actually more impressed by is the range extender vehicles that Geely are making. I'm more of to be honest, I probably wouldn't buy one. I'm actually a huge electric car fan. But I think Geely's eRev technology is actually better than the plug-in hybrid technology we're seeing from other brands. So it's going to be interesting to see how that takes off, because it's actually a little bit more efficient, and it means the car runs not on engine power, but only on electric power. And when you need it, when the battery is getting low, the engine just jumps in to recharge the battery. It never actually drives the wheels, which I think is actually a better option. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Bye-bye.